Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started with Tabitha, and then we'll move on to Catherine after that. Tabitha, I don't know where you are to unmute you, but if you want to unmute
I
yourself.
think I'm unmuted.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Okay, so I wanted to kind of hit on something I haven't talked about before. And so I really wanted to talk about the importance of relationships. This business is literally all about relationships. It's not about the products, it's not about anything else. It's about building relationships, and everything else falls into place. So if you're being authentic on your social media, and you're letting people connect with you, they're going to be drawn into what you're doing. They're naturally going to gravitate to your page. They're going to see what you're doing, and they're going to trust you. And so people are going to buy from you, and they're going to want to run with you if they trust you and they feel like you're authentic. So, excuse me. So I wanted to just say, on your social media, no one's going to feel like they're connecting to you if you're just posting product after product or join my team. They're going to connect with you if they see you talking about the things that you love, the things you're passionate about your kids, about your spouse, your dog, whatever your thing is. They see you talking about your real life and who you are. They're going to connect with you. So that is kind of what I wanted to hit on the most. Consistency, we always hear that in the business. You have to do that. Imagine if two boutiques opened up on the same street and sold the same stuff, and one was open 3 days a week and one was open every day. Where do you think people are going to go? They're always going to go to the one that's open and accessible and always ready to help people out. So just keep that in mind as far as being consistent. If you're working your business on social media, which our team does, you have to post every day. You have to be actively working your business every single day. And so those were kind of the things that I wanted to hit on the most.
I love that so much. And I totally forgot to introduce you. Can you introduce yourself to everybody, Tabitha, too? I know we have a lot of new people on tonight.
Yeah, so I'm Tabitha Curry. I am a double diamond leader on this team, and I've been in the business for 16 months now.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tabitha.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to go over to Catherine. Catherine is at work right now, so she specifically took her break during this time so she could share with us. That's like major dedication, Catherine. We love you. If you'll go ahead and unmute yourself and then just introduce yourself to everybody and then share your best tips.
Hey everybody, I'm Catherine. I'm a diamond leader on this team. So I wanted to hit on consistency too, first of all. I actually had someone reach out to me who has never liked a post, never commented, nothing. And they messaged me and was like, tell me about this coffee you keep posting about, because the results are insane. And I need to get in on it. So, you know, you may only get 2 likes on your post, or you may get 200. But either way, people are watching you nonstop. If you are posting, like Tabitha said, every single day, and not just, you know, a post about something you shared or something like that. It has to be, you know, about your life, about the business, about our products, what they are doing for people, because they are seriously changing lives. And if you post about that every single day, they're going to see it and they're going to want to jump on board for whatever you are posting about. And I had something else I was going to say. I keep hearing one of my patients yelling. So, but anyways, so being consistent is huge. And posting every day. Don't share things constantly, because that will hurt your algorithm really bad. If you're constantly sharing things, people are gonna just see that and be like, okay, like I don't care what she's talking about. Just be very real and very authentic, and like I said, just talk about the business and your life and stay consistent.
Awesome. I love it. Yes, it's so important to just be you. And like Catherine was saying, like people are going to buy you over the product. So like give them like peeks into your life, because that's what they want. Okay, next we're gonna go, next it's me. Sorry guys. I thought we were going to Jordan for some reason. But okay, so my best tips that I wanted to share with you guys is just no matter what kind of month you're having up until this point, like sit down and ask yourself, like, do you believe that you're capable of doing what everyone else that you look up to is doing? And I hope that all of you answer that question with the answer of yes, because what you see me doing, what you see Catherine doing, what you see Tabitha doing, what you see Claire doing is not anything that is related to a specific skill we have. All it is just the dedication to just dive in and, you know, just jump in head first and learn all that we can, grow all that we can. And like the other girls have shared so far, be consistent. But it's also just being unwaveringly faithful. And when you remain faithful to what you're doing, even when you can't see the immediate fruit, and you keep planting, even when you can't still, you know, you can't yet see the fruit sprouting, that is when you give God the opportunity to really swoop in and bless your efforts in a huge and mighty way. And so if there's anything that I can share with you guys, it's just that no matter what it looks like on the surface, no matter if you're getting likes and comments, no matter if, you know, you're having the best month you've ever had or you're having the worst month you've ever had, like sit down and ask yourself, number one, do I believe that I can do this? Do I believe that God called me to this business? And once you answer yes to those questions, then get with your enroller if you feel stuck, get with your enroller if you need help, get a game plan, and then sit down and commit to making it happen and putting in the work to make it happen. Because once you get the belief part fixed and you answer those questions, and you realize if they can do it, so can I. Everything else will follow. Everything you see people you look up to do is stuff that they had to learn to do too. None of us joined this business, you know, knowing what we were doing, and none of us joined this business with experience under our belts. We all joined this business as people who, you know, just jumped in and took a leap of faith and had to learn and had to grow and figure it out. And so I just want you to know, if you're brand new with us or you just joined last month, or maybe you've been in a couple months, but you haven't like fully really started running, it's never too late to just stand up and decide today's the day. Today's the day I go all in. And the moment you believe you can, you are absolutely unstoppable. A couple of things that I want to recommend if you need some good self-development. There was an amazing elevation sermon from this Sunday. I know a lot of you guys have already listened to it. Christine Kane was guest speaking. I shared it in the links of my live video on Fire Tribe. I think it was my live video yesterday or the day before, but I shared the link in the comments. So you can go find that. And if you're new and you don't know where that is, ask your enroller to tag you in it. It's like a great 40-minute sermon, and it was so good. And then also the book, The Last Arrow. I listened to the audiobook of that earlier this year, and then I listened to it a second time the end just of last month. And I know Claire's listened to it too, and it's one of her favorites. It's phenomenal. So if you need a good book, definitely download the audiobook of The Last Arrow or pick that up. And that will be a great book for you to just read as we close out 2018 and go into 2019. But just make sure you're filling yourself with all the right things, and you're just constantly reminding yourself, if they can do it, so can I. So on that note, I am going to pass it over to Cara. Cara, are you able to mute yourself?
Yep. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
All right. I apologize in advance if I have to take a little break. I'm getting a sore throat, so if I have to get some water, apologies. Okay, so I have three that I wanted to hit on. I think it's really easy to kind of like some of the other leaders touched on, to look at other people and say, you know, I want to be in that position. I want to do those things. And certainly the tangible things that we do every day, those non-negotiables, are extremely important for catapulting our business. But I feel like the longer that I'm in the business and on this team in particular, I understand the importance of pouring into yourself and making sure what's on the inside is in the correct position and in the right place, just as much as posting on social media, just as much as, you know, uploading to your stories, following up with your potential. So my very first one is self-development. You hear that all the time, but I couldn't stress enough the importance of just pouring into yourself, allowing yourself the opportunity to grow, recognizing that, hey, we all have inadequacies, but that's fine. We also have the opportunity to fix those and to fill those gaps. My second one is find a why that makes you cry. So this business is not going to be 100%, you know, roses and ponies all of the time, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. But when you have a why that's strong enough, when you have a why that literally, like I said, makes you cry, it makes it that much easier to get through those pitfalls, those moments where you might have self-doubt, or you might question, hey, I feel like I'm doing everything that I can do. Why am I not seeing, the same results as X, Y, and Z person that's promoting, super, super fast? But when you have that strong why, no obstacle is large enough to stop you, to impede you from moving forward. And my third one is to not be complacent. Make sure you're tuning into trainings. Make sure you're finding those Zooms to watch. If you, like I said, recognize those things that, hey, I could be a little bit stronger in this area, find a YouTube video. There's tons and tons of videos. We are blessed with the most amazing leaders and have access to live trainings, but there are tons and tons on YouTube too. So don't be complacent. Don't say, hey, I've been in this business for 5, 6, 7 months, a year plus. I don't need to know anything else. Make sure you're constantly, finding that area and the room to grow and committing to doing so. So those are my 3: self-development, making sure you're pouring into yourself. Secondly, find a why that makes you cry. And third, don't be complacent. Make sure you're watching trainings and tuning in.
I love that so much, Cara. And I love that you pointed out specifically that you can be doing all the right things on the outside, but if you're not taking time to pour into the inside, if you're not going to have the results that you would have. I think that's just such an important reminder. Okay, next we're going to go over to Amanda.
Can you guys hear me? Oh man.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to talk about was I just wanted to stress the importance of dreaming bigger. I think that whenever I joined, I saw people like Brittany, and I saw what they were doing and obviously wanted a piece of that pie. But I guess in my feeble mind, the disconnect between seeing that dream and making it happen was pretty far. And I guess the only thing that I want to say about that is when you're on this team, regardless of if you just joined last night or if you joined a year ago, if you are on this team, then your earning potential in this company is completely unlimited. And the only thing that stands between you earning $100 a month or $1,000 a month or $10,000 a month is you and what you decide you want to do. So I just really urge you guys to dream bigger and not set limits for yourself. And more importantly, don't let other people set limits for you either. And if you just cast that vision and just absolutely refuse to accept anything less than your dream, then you'll never give up. It doesn't matter if it happens this month. It doesn't matter if it happens next month. The point is you have a dream in your mind. And also like what Brittany said, if God has placed you on this team, then who's going to stand in between you and your dream? Who can tell you that your dream isn't real, and who can tell you that you can't achieve it? So I just really want to encourage all of you guys to just believe in yourself and believe that if God has placed you specifically on this team, then it's for a reason, and you are capable and you are worthy of doing anything that you set your mind to and anything that you've decided. So just have faith in that fact and have the confidence that it takes to not give up regardless of what's going on. Because like what Brittany said, it doesn't matter what's going on in the month. It's a decision that you make. A couple practical tips that I wanted to give was something that's been, or actually I'll go on one other one first. Don't set other people's budgets for them. So whenever people text you, don't decide what you think someone can afford. And I used to do that all the time without even noticing that I was doing it. Someone would text me reboot, which is my word that I use for cleanse. And then I think, yay, I have a cleanse customer. But how much better would it be if I have a cleanse, 2 coffee, a greens, a shake, and a Fat Fighters customer all in one, and I have 221 BV instead of 36. And I started this process by just adding on a product, and it was typically greens or cleanse that I was adding on. And then once that started working every single time, literally every single time, it was crazy. Then I realized I'm still setting their budget for them. And then I just decided whenever someone texts me or messages me, no matter what they text me, even though they're I want to purchase the cleanse, I'm going to try to sell them a lot more than that. And the reason that I'm going to do that is twofold. Obviously, it benefits me, but you know what? It benefits them too. Because whenever people are trying to get results, our products work best in conjunction with one another. So who am I to decide that you can only afford the cleanse? I don't know what your paycheck looks like. So if somebody sent me, yesterday, somebody texted me, I think Reboot it was, for cleanse. I talked to her about it and gave her a little bit of information, but immediately I switched it over. And the way that I do that is I say, tell me what your diet and exercise plan looks like, question mark, no judgment here. And then I put a cute little emoji and then I put ... I just want to make sure that I get the perfect package for you to get the best possible results. She didn't ask me for a package, but it works. And then I think that people appreciate that because they realize that you're taking the extra step to determine what their needs are and to serve them best, as your customer. So that's one practical tip that I wanted to give. Another practical tip that I wanted to give is intentional photo taking. So in order for your page to thrive and in order for your business to thrive, you need to have very attractive photos, which means you need to have a high quality, clear, well lit, well edited photo. Sometimes that's difficult depending on, depending on where you live, depending on if you're sick, depending on how many children you have crawling all over your body. But being intentional about your time is one thing that you can control. And I would just say, like, whenever I have makeup on, hubby knows we're going to be taking some pictures. So just make sure that you are intentional with your time. And even if it takes you a couple minutes extra, walking to your car for church and you're 2 minutes late for church, I really think it's worth it. That's something that you're going to have to determine. But that's something that you're going to have to determine. But like, my husband knows when we go out on date night, and he's not even frustrated by it anymore. He used to be super irritated, but the first $1,000 check we got, he decided he was okay with it. So, whenever we're walking to dinner, he knows I am already looking. I mean, yes, I want together time, but I am already looking. I'm looking for an outdoor place that I can take a photo that has a pretty background, that doesn't have junk in the background. And he knows we're going to go stand there and we're going to take a picture. So just be intentional with that. And I guess, like, change your mind shift from, oh no, what photos can I use, to what photos can I take? Just look around you and see what you're looking at, because that's going to change your business and really take it to a whole nother level. And that's what's going to put you, like, whenever people are scrolling through Facebook, it's going to set you in a different category. And then one other thing that I wanted to say was, on a personal note, is share personal information. People are super nosy. This is something that I remember Claire saying on one of the first Zooms I was ever on. When you're posting, you can make a really big difference between a mediocre post and an exceptional post by sharing some personal information. So what that looks like for me typically is giving a little bit more information about what I'm doing, where I'm at, something that's going on, and just like painting a picture of what my day looks like at that point. Because it's relatable, it's personal, people are nosy, and that's what's going to have people set to, change you to see first, because they're curious what you're doing. They're curious, not only about the business and the products that they've seen, but now they saw something that they can relate to on a very personal level. So just as one practical tip is to be super, super personal in your posting. And that's all I've got.
I love that so much. I love the reminder of, like, just not hesitating to share extra info that you maybe wouldn't normally share, because it really is so true. Like, our Facebooks and our Instagrams are like our life story. It's like a journal that people really are following along with more closely than we, often realize. So I love that. Okay, next we're gonna go to Jordan.
Hey guys, I'm Jordan Splinter. I'm a double diamond on this team. And okay, one thing I want to talk to you guys about tonight is a couple of people have already touched on it already very briefly, is just highs and lows in the business. I think that is so important, especially when you're first getting started, to understand that both of those come with your business. It's not always going to be, all these customers coming in and all these people wanting to join your team, and you're having the best post every single day and you have so much inspiration every day and this and that and the other. That would be awesome if that was our life. Like, we would all be where Claire is, you know what I'm saying? So just knowing ahead of time and expecting, like, okay, there are going to come times in my business where it's going to be a low. And I feel like when you anticipate those things, not in a negative way, like, oh my gosh, like something bad is going to come, but you just know and understand, like, okay, this is life. It's not always going to be great. When those things happen in your business, when something crazy happens in your life, or you, for whatever reason, you have to take a step back from where you normally are or where you want to be, know that that's coming and know how to like prepare for those things before they get there, if that makes sense. And just that in itself, I feel like will prepare you so much for, I'm like looking at so many people. I'm like, it's distracting me. Like I said, we'll just prepare you for those moments and help you get through them so much easier so that you don't get there and freak out and you're like, oh my gosh, my business is dying. I'm going down the drain. Da, 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 da. Like you're reaching out to your enroller, like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? No, you're like, okay, this is fine. I have a bad day. Okay, tomorrow is not going to be like this, or I'm going to work better in another way tomorrow. And yeah, that's like, I guess really the basis of, I had another point to go with that too, and I didn't write it down. Oh, just that, okay, if you are in a place right now where your business is on a high, that's awesome. Keep running on that high. Keep going, keep pushing strong. Let that energy be contagious to other people. If you're in a place right now where your business feels like it's in a low, or you feel like kind of stuck, or you haven't done anything in a while, or whatever it is, know that, okay, for people who are new, who have not experienced after Christmas yet and conference season and all of those things that are coming up within like the next week, okay, it gets amazing. So if you're having a bad month, if things are low for you right now, after Christmas time, I can't even stress this enough, and you guys will see as it comes and as things get announced and promotions happen and all these different things, it's huge for everybody. It's not just certain people. Like, it is a boom season for everybody, and be ready for it. So if you're in a low spot right now, snap out of it, get your mind right, know what's coming, and get ready for what's coming. Start preparing for that. Start just telling yourself like, okay, this is a bad moment right now. It's not going to stay here forever if I look forward and I don't let myself stay here forever, if that makes sense. So just know that really big things are coming up within the next few days, within the next week, and months to come. And trust me when I say you guys are going to want to be a part of it, and you're going to want to be ready to run when it comes.
Yes, it's so, so true. This will be my third conference season. And guys, you just don't know if this is your first conference season, you just don't know until you experience it, but it's absolutely crazy. And I think like in light of everything Jordan said, like if you feel like you're stuck or whatever, the best advice I can give you is stay close to the fire, plug in, show up to Zooms, stay close to your enroller, stay close, closely involved with the team page, because you just have no idea what's coming, and you're going to want to be planting, you're going to want to be close to everything that's going on, and you're going to want to lock arms with all the people who are running, because it's going to start moving so fast, even faster than it already is. So it's so huge. I'm so excited for you guys. Okay, well, next we're going to close out, or lastly, we're going to close out with our ambassador diamond, Claire. I'm so excited she's here and can share just her best tips with all of us, and just everything that we can do to just end 2018 with just the biggest bang we've ever had.
Hi guys, I'm so excited to be on here, and it's so fun to just see all of your faces. And every team within our team has its own culture, and it's just fun to see you guys' culture and the way so many of you are on here and you're excited to be sharing and hearing and growing. And it's just fun to see all of your faces, because as Jordan was just talking about conference season and how amazing it is, I literally was just sitting here looking at each of your faces thinking, man, I wonder where they're going to be 6 months from now. Like, just because I know the potential, and I'm like looking at Jordan talking as a new double diamond, and I'm like, girl's going to be presidential diamond in a few months, with the momentum that's going to come through from conference. And so it's just so exciting to see and to think about like the potential and what you guys have your hands on. And I just wanted to speak to ending your year well. We're here and we get so busy with like the hustle and bustle of Christmas that we forget that we're ending our year. And how you end 2018 is how you start 2019. You've heard it. That's not an original thought from me, but it really is true. So I would encourage you to go into the end of the year really intentionally. Take some time to journal and take some time to write down like what are some of the things that you really did well in 2018 that you want to carry over to 2019 for your business. What are some things that you maybe didn't do well in 2018 that you want to change for 2019? How do you want to focus on 2019? And then really get serious with your goal setting. Where do you want to be by June of 2019, the halfway point, and where do you want to be by December of 2019? And set those goals, write them on your calendar. I want you to go to June 30th in your new planner. We all get our new calendars at Christmas time, at least I do every year. And go to June 30th and write, today is June 30th. I am a double diamond. I have earned, whatever, my first $5,000 paycheck or whatever you want to write down. Write those things down. Be very specific. I have paid off my Visa credit card or whatever, write really specific goals. And then go to December 31st and do the same thing and write down where you're at by December 31st and what goal you've crossed off. Maybe it's an amount of sales that you want to hit for the year, or it's, a personal goal, a rank goal, a financial goal. Be really specific and get that vision set before you. And then I would also encourage you to choose a word for 2019. I do this every single year. I choose a word for my year, and it's just kind of that driving factor. And so my word for 2018 was the word promise, and it just completely was the anthem of my year. And it really was the anthem of my ambassador promotion. And it's just been so incredible to see God bring those things about. So I would just really encourage you to go into the end of the year with that intentionality of, let me reflect, let me learn, let me grow, and now let me dream. And let's get ready to just really dream for 2019, because once you have that dream and that vision in place, then the strategy comes, then the desire to work comes, the energy for the work comes. That all comes once you have that goal. And also get those goals written on the wall. And Emma, I just want to say, if you're brand new right before conference season, girl, you could be diamond by March. Let's pull up that timeline a little bit. I don't know if you guys understand the massive increase that we experience coming out of conference. And so also, once you've done that brain dump, and I'll wrap it up pretty quick because I know you guys we're already a little over time, but once you've done kind of that brain dump and you've processed the year, and then you're getting ready for your visions for the next year, now you have time to just get organized. Go back to everyone that you've talked to. If you're brand new and you haven't talked to that many people yet, make a list of people you're going to talk to, and kind of, rack your brain for everyone that you can go to. I remember when I first started the business, I went back to all my friends from elementary school all the way on up, and I was writing everybody's names down, and that was my list of who I went to. Get those potentials in place, because we are starting our announcements in December. Our conference season announcements are going to be rolling out to you guys in the next week or week and a half. So it's all coming very soon, and you're not going to have to wait all the way to conference for the really big announcements that are going to propel your businesses forward. So get ready, get organized, get prepared, clear your schedule, make your schedule more conducive to working the business so that you can grab some of those amazing, different things that they're going to be offering, and you can be really increasing your paycheck over these next several months.
I love it so much. I'm so excited, you guys. I don't know, if you've been, hearing all the buzz, but everything that all of the leaders have shared tonight, it's just one consistent theme. Believe in yourself, put in the work, big things are coming. And so I hope that just hearing those final words from Claire just really, if you haven't caught on yet, I hope that just really puts in perspective for you that if you have been, selling yourself short, if you've been, just doubting that you can really do this too, it is time to pull up your big girl panties and realize that you are called to this team for a reason, and that you can literally lock arms and run and in 2019 and just in a completely different place than you're in right now, and have this incredible story that just inspires the masses. So I'm just so excited to see all the promotions that are going to roll out of our team. I know we're taking this team to ambassador in the spring, and I'm just so excited to just run with every single one of you guys. So we love you guys so much. I'm going to get this recording uploaded soon, and I'll get that posted in Fire Tribe. If you guys need anything, let us know, and I hope you guys have a great night.